Hey, everybody. If you've been with us lately, we've been navigating a lot of crazy topics from miracles and promises of God to disappointment when things don't turn out how we hoped. And at the moment, I'm going through a lot of disappointment, and I want to share with you some of the things I'm learning and some of my thoughts. So, recently, I thought that a sign was coming where God would confirm a promise that He's had over my life for the last year and a half to restore my health, my finances, my relationships, and just raise me up above this constant state of sickness and poverty, tragedy, loss, and death. And that has really marked my entire life up until this point. And the sign was supposed to be the restoration of my extremely crippled little Skeletor hand. And so ultimately, seeing as how that is still the way it is, disappointment is what we're dealing with when things did not happen when I thought that they would. And I was so confused and distraught, and I didn't know what God was doing in the moment. And I asked him, "What the heck, man?" And his response was that he delayed the coming of that promise and the coming of that confirmation because all of a sudden my entire focus was on how are we going to get these implemented? How can I do everything perfectly so that the promise comes through and God gives me everything I want and need? And how can I essentially manipulate and finagle the system to get what I want out of it? And my heart just turned less and less towards God and more towards the things that I desperately wanted and needed from Him, and that defeats the entire purpose. Some of the other things he said was that ultimately gifts and blessings are given to draw me closer to him and to focus me more on his heart, and that he would never give me something that would replace him in my heart because that would be counterintuitive. That ultimately raising me up and healing me and doing all of these amazing things isn't so I could do more for him, be more worthy, be more valuable, be more useful, or be able to just have a better life because mine has sucked so bad so far. It's so that I can walk with him through that process and love him more. So wherever you are in life right now, I just pray that you remember that what God wants most is intimacy with you. What God wants most is to heal your heart and to draw you near to him in humility and in submission and in the knowledge of his sovereignty over your life to give you peace and lasting joy regardless of your circumstances. And I'm learning that more and more as I turn my eyes back to him, that ultimately, if the things of God come into my life and these promises are fulfilled, I can't wait to tell you guys about it. But while I wait, he's all that matters. And I pray that you'll see that in your own lives as well as you wait upon the Lord. He's faithful. It's going to be okay. Go with God.